Reaching for the Stars. Guys, welcome. Welcome to this week's Astro Live. How are you doing? As for me, I am doing well. I just literally had such a self-care moment, and my hair is clean. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the vibes. Just feeling the retrogrades that is in the facility. I can't wait to get into this live. I feel like history has been being made in so many ways, and I just want to take the time out for us in terms of holding space and giving acknowledgement to our space in this on this here on earth, our space in this particular state and time. Your essence is part of the collective. Your essence is what is actually helping the world generate and create. So wherever you are in your humble space, know that every thought, every action that you particularly take for yourself, we are all intertwined. We are all being affected in the smallest ways. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. Again, my name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth's Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. I'm going to run down the astro planets, where they are, where they are lines, and then I'm going to go in and dive into what really stuck out to me, right? So right now the sun is in Gemini. Shout out to all my Geminis out there. I am a Gemini as well. My birthday is actually coming soon, guys. Yes, in like a week, okay? So that's that. Shout out to me. The moon is in Pisces right now. Then it will be moving into Aries, which is Friday the 4th, June 4th. The North Node is in retrograde in Gemini. Then it will be going direct Wednesday, June 2nd. Wow. Okay. And then we have Mercury, which is in retrograde in Gemini. Venus is in Gemini. Then Venus will be moving into Cancer June 3rd. Okay, that is a Thursday. Then Mars is in Cancer. Ceres is in Taurus. Jupiter is in Pisces. Saturn is in retrograde. Saturn is in retrograde in Aquarius. Uranus is in Taurus. Neptune is in Pisces. Pluto is in retrograde in Capricorn. Okay, guys, like how many retrograde situations we have here? We have one, we have two, we have three, and then we have four, okay, which is the North Node. Then we have Mercury, which is in retrograde. We have Saturn, which is in retrograde. And then we have Pluto, which is in retrograde. Whoo, guys, like, first of all, shout out to Saturn. Okay, I have Saturn in my sixth house, okay, in Gemini, my sun sign. And let me tell you something, the awakening is not, studying astrology and coming being in the vibes where my spirit guides ascend. I really truly believe, and I will go as far as to say that we all, anybody that's like has bitten by the astrology bug, studying the alignments of the stars, as above, so below. It truly opens itself to you. Seek and you shall find. These parables in these different religions, seek, then you shall find. That's in the Christian Bible, right? All of these parables are, in my humble opinion, it comes from the stars. It comes from the cosmos. It comes from the ones before us, right? And let me just fix that right there. Okay. And with Saturn being in retrograde in Aquarius, Aquarius is an air sign. Saturn is an earth sign, and honestly, like, for Saturn to be so I'm loving it personally because, like I said, Saturn is in my sixth house, and this is why you cannot hold yourself to time in terms of the way we see it. Because with Saturn being in Aquarius, with Saturn being in retrograde, Saturn does not, Saturn is father time. Saturn don't just get up from his excuse me, slumber or sleep, okay, just for any bullshit, just to play around and get things moving. No, when Saturn is ignited in your chart, in my humble opinion, this is when Saturn shows up. So with Saturn being in retrograde, be sure to check out your astrology chart, your birth chart, I should say, to see where Saturn is, because this is the part of your chart that really will be targeted. This, again, I said this last Sunday, which is about tightening up, and I'm not, honestly, nothing changed from that. Like, that is, if anything, it's more prevalent, and it's that much louder within my spirit, because with Pluto being in retrograde in Capricorn, again, Capricorn is the grandfather sign as well. Do you see the correlation? And Pluto is destruction and rebirth. This is the time to tighten up. Go back. I am in a position in my life, and I believe not just me, whereas the things that I put life into, the things that the dreams, you have these aspirations within your life, and they come in spurts. Creativity comes in spurts. It comes in a gifted form, and not every time when you receive that gift, you're ready physically in the earthly plane within yourself and in your mental frame. You're ready because your spirit is always ready, but you may not be ready, whether you don't believe in yourself. It may not be time. Regardless of the situation, you're not ready. I don't care how you try to flip it. Oh, I didn't have no money, or I needed money, or whatever. You weren't ready, because what happens when you are ready and you do the work and you go back and tighten up, right? When Saturn ignites that part of your chart, this is when the real dance happens in your life. And for it to be in my sixth house, I read it in my chart a while ago, and to see, like, a couple of years later, I see how, like, with 2019, I went through, it felt like hell. I don't even know if whatever, it was crazy. And I went through that whole year of not knowing anything, not knowing how I was going to even pay my bills, okay? And now, when I say that, I knew how I was going to pay my bills, but the avenue that I was used to was no longer it was no longer on the table for me, okay? And I was forced and thrust into the realm of believing, the realm of just moving forward, because there's nothing back there. And through that whole motion, through that whole transition of time within myself, I propelled myself. I was propelled into a whole nother realm that I would not have been able to get to if I didn't let go. Okay, Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn, let go and take my very essence with me, knowing that everything was going to be okay, and everything is more than okay. Everything went immaculately. And then still within that blessing of time and growing, shedding so many things along the way, losing people that really was dear to me, right? These things start to happen when Saturn is coming outside of his slumber, okay? I'm just giving it to you raw in terms of what's in my spirit, okay? So with Venus being Venus is in Gemini right now, and she's moving into Cancer the 3rd, which is Thursday, okay? What that tells me is that, like, Venus already put her spell. Venus already put her mark within the Gemini mind. Right now, creativity is such a big thing. Do you realize? I know for me, and I didn't put two and two together, but it's not a coincidence. Don't you realize people are most creative around this time, around June, around May, June, July. This is the time, after March, April. This is the time we just came from the head, which is Aries, right? This is the time where so many things that you probably had going for you or want to do came into existence, came into your life, guys. These things that you are experiencing, these feelings that you have fallen within you are not mistaken. Regardless of how far-fetched you think this dream is, I kid you not, start that shit. Start that dream. Start wherever you are in your life with whatever tools you have. Because I can guarantee you, from my humble experience, that is, no money is ever left on the table. Your time is valuable. Your time is valuable, and your spirit will never ever waste your time. Even if what you are creating right now or targeting may not shed fruit until a year, 2 years, heck, 10 years, 5 years, 3 years from now, or whatever. This is not a race. This is a marathon. I remember when I always heard that quote, but when I really took it into effect within my life, it took a lot of pressure off of me, because I have the tendency to want to see things through and get the fruits now. Like, okay, there is a process. This is why you're always hearing trust the process. And what these retrogrades are in occurrence right now, trust the process. Ease up, slow down, listen and watch and see how taking the steps, believing in yourself, allows you to propel in a different realm within your space. This is a really great transitional week. We just into Gemini season, right? This is like, I equate coming into oh my God, guys, I'm so excited. I need to calm down. Okay, Gemini season. I equate Gemini season as just waking up from, like, when you wake up in the morning. There is creative times and creative moments. I'm not going to go so heavy into it because I have some things that I'm writing about that. Yes, I am preparing and I am working diligently on my blog. I can't wait for it to be live and shared with you guys. But what I will say is, and even from a podcast, and all the information will be down below. I feel like I should be saying this stuff in the beginning, but guys, I be just really wanting to get in. Okay, the self-promotion definitely is always key, obviously, but I just love to share the information that I studied with you guys. So just we riding with it. Okay, but thank you for your support in advance. But with Gemini, us entering into Gemini season, what I equate that to is waking up, because there is certain times of the day when you are the most energetic creatively, period. But to do so, I know for me, to give you an example, I'll share. I am the freshest, okay, within an hour to 2-3 hours of when I wake up. Now, it's not to say like I'm like, oh my God, I'm just tired or whatever, but like if I have to do something that is extremely mentally, when I say taxing, but really needs me to be there and be sharp, those are the times. And yeah, I have spurts during the course of the day where I am even more energetic, and I'm like, oh, let me do this, and I have done that so many times. But to make sure I am being consistent, I set up the mark between those times. The things that needs to be done, no questions asked, no, because it's all about what? Hitting that head on a nail. I do it when I'm the freshest. And I suggest you do the same, because a lot of times we keep things in our minds, and we're like, oh, okay, when I get energy, or oh, okay, when I have time. First of all, you're never going to have time like that, like just to be like, oh my God, consistent time I'm talking about. Y'all have time, but I'm talking about consistent time. This is something that you have to dig your feet into the ground. If you believe in yourself, and if you believe that you have something to offer, which you do, okay, we all do, these are the sacrifices that you must do. And with Saturn being in Aquarius, sacrifices has to be made, okay? Saturn does not play that, in my humble opinion. It's like, you know how them people that, there's a birthday party and everybody bought something, and then it's like that, them couple of people that just come like, oh my God, because I have been them people too. Let's not throw shade here. But, I have been on both sides, okay? And you come waltzing in and you didn't bring what you were supposed to bring or whatever, but you want to eat though. You want your plate full, okay? I know I always did and do, right? But no, you know how you go to that one party and you like, I don't even want a glass of water, because there's a particular face that's looking at you, and like if you take if you take one piece of bread, you embarrassed, okay? It's always that one face that's ready because you didn't do your due diligence. That's Saturn, okay? So what I would suggest this week is for you to really dig down, write down. We just had the full moon in Sagittarius, the flower moon, that is the 26th, okay? So that energy, in my humble opinion, although tomorrow is what, the 30th, that energy is still there. That full moon energy, that fire energy is still there. So set the tone, set the fire, get passionate, guys. We must be passionate for ourselves. We are winners. We are winners. So with that being said as well, Pluto in Capricorn, again, all this earth vibe energy, this is a time where great fruits happen. But again, guys, you can't take the old into the new. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, guys. Like, if you are a hoarder and you like to keep all this type of shit or whatever, boo, I don't know what to tell you, okay? Because what's gonna happen is you're not gonna be able to get to the door before it closes. Straight like that. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but this goes for you, this goes for me, this goes for all of us. You have to be willing to make sacrifices in order to gain big fruit. I will say that again. You have to be willing to make sacrifices in order to make space for grapefruits, okay? If you don't make space, you can't get the grapefruits. And it's not to say that I'm talking against you or anything like that, but let's just be realistic. If you have a glass of water and you fill it up, I'm here for the cup runners over and everything, but like, you're not adding more. It's just, it reached its capacity. And this is why we should always, in my humble opinion, cleanse our space. I make it a point every Saturday and I hate dusting, guys. Oh, I guess because that was one of my chores when I was a little girl. But anyway, in saying that, I do it. I do it reluctantly, not because I don't want my home to be clean and dust free, because I can't stand it, okay? And I'm allergic to dust. Let's just add to that, okay? I have to it's a whole song and dance. But what I will say is, once I am done dusting, okay, I choose Saturday to do my dusting personally, okay? I can feel an energy shift within my home. I can feel the vibes that's changed. I can see that there's something, there's something in the mix that feels really good for me, okay? And I love that type of union within my home. And this is what I will go as far as to say, this is what's going into your life, into your endeavors, if you allow it to be. Venus and Gemini right now is just a time of glorious energy, great things, good luck, abundance. Why leave any of that money on the table? Listen, especially for them people that just came out of the northern hemisphere, that lives in the northern hemisphere, and you already know we just came out of this cold season. Right now it's a little chilly, okay? I don't know what's going on with that, but coming out of that element of cold, dry energy, and now you're in the element of abundance, growth, and birth. Why not? Like, no, we're here to what? We're here to win. I know I am very passionate about this particular live. I feel like I'm passionate with all my lives, but it's just amazing how everything goes into another. And this is not about reinvent. That's another thing. This is not about reinventing the wheel. You know, a lot of times when you hear people talk about, oh my God, put life into your creativity, it's almost like you got to turn around and be something else or become something that you're not, do things, you know, throw everything away and become somebody totally different. I'm not saying that when I say release the things that no longer serves you. You know what I mean? Like the negative things that like things that's not working anymore. Like even for your business, like if you got a list, like, okay, I'm gonna order this, that, and the third, but you're not ready for some of those items on the list, then that should be like move down to the bottom or maybe the middle of the list, because you jumping the gun a bit. You know, I know I'm speaking to myself as well, because I have a tendency to like, okay, write everything. You gotta maneuver, you gotta go with the flow, and you gotta be honest with where you are physically, okay, to be able to give the best light to what you are trying to, not trying, what you are producing as well, okay. And with Mars being, I didn't highlight this, but it did stick out to me with Mars being in Cancer right now. You know, Cancer, you know, is next month. Okay, and Cancer energy is Cancers are always diligent to me, you know, but the moon also resides in Cancer. You know, tomorrow's Monday, and it's Moon Day, right? This is the time again to really go with your energy, go with your vibes. You know, I did bring up the fact of, you know, cleansing your personal space, you know, adoring yourself, and loving on yourself, and taking time to really give back to yourself and the energy that it takes to be able to continue going forward. Because a lot of times, you know, yes, I do come before you and tell you where, you know, or I should say suggest, you know, some of the things that you can work on. That's Benji. But at the same time, I will admit to say that, you know what, when you take time to believe in yourself, to love on yourself, to eat well, to hydrate yourself, to wash your hair, you just shed a lot of different vibes. Your perspective on things is just totally different. Your vibe, your walk is just totally different, because you took a little time for self-care. And we have to always make that be the number one priority for our list. Okay, sometimes we're better than others, and that's okay. This is not about beating up on ourselves because, you know, we was like you know, maybe like eating like shit last week or whatever. Now we were talking about, oh, I'm juicing or whatever. So what? So what? You're doing it. You're doing it, and you're picking back up the baton, okay? And you're moving forward. You're going through until you got to pick up the next baton to get to the next level. You see what I'm saying, okay? So don't let these retrogrades make you feel like, you know, because especially with it being in Gemini, you can really get stuck up here. You can really be in a position where it's like, fuck, like so many things I gotta do and I'm not doing it. Number one, write things down, okay? The age of keeping shit in your mind, that's whack, okay? We're not doing that. We writing stuff down, because when you write things down, you get it done. There's nothing more exciting to me than checking off my list. Oh, guys, it make a girl feel so good. Okay, so that's me, and I feel like that's you too. Okay, so definitely write down a list. Write down the things that you see in front of you that you want to achieve. Don't look like how big the goal is and how you don't know what and how to achieve it. I learned a long time ago, just write it down. Just write it down and take the steps, and the steps will be presented to, you know, it will reveal itself to you. The work, do the work. You know, it's so funny. I was listening to Rich Roll podcast, and I don't remember the episode, but it was definitely a recent episode. And he said, I hope I'm not going to use the quote wrong, but this is the premise. Basically, show up, and the work will present itself. Woo, I think I said it right. Okay, I feel like I said it right. Yeah, show up and the work will present itself. This is not about knowing the whole piece of the pie, all the ingredients that it takes to do it. And until you get every single thing, you can't start. It's great to do research, but you can get stuck there, okay? You can get stuck because there's endless and a million gazillion ways of achieving the same freaking thing. Start the mission, okay? Yes, the mission. Start the thing that you want. Write things down. Do the research, yes, but don't get stuck there, okay? Because the true essence of moving and creating is actually showing up and doing the work. And showing up every single time, and the work will definitely show up as well, okay? But you have to show up. So that's what I really have for you this week, which is, with this whole, especially this Saturn being in retro, I'm freaking excited about that. Like, honestly speaking, I used to always kind of like give Saturn in my chart, in my chart, like the stink eye or whatever. But now I'm like, I love you, because all I can say is vibes, guys. This is my weekly forecast. I really hope that each and every one of you, this message finds each and every one of you blessed, healthy, and strong as well. Be sure to hit me up on Instagram because it's popping over there. Be sure to check out my podcast because it's also popping over there. All the information will be down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll be notified every time your girl uploads, go live, put up content, okay, here on this YouTube, okay? And also, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that sticks with me, stuck it through with me, and shows up. I can't say thank you enough for all the love that I have gotten over the years, and just growing with a sister. I love you so much. Be blessed, stay healthy, and stay calm.